So from the takeaway position on the left to the delivery position on the right, we lose about 45 minutes. I know that sounds unusual, but this is how the club head works. As we load and lag in the downswing, the club head will change position. In the takeaway, we can see that the knuckles are pointing downwards, the toes at 1 o'clock. And this position here is really, really essential. What we're seeing with club players, unfortunately, a lot of the amateur golfers, is they're losing about 2 hours on the way down. Now, unfortunately, from our tests and estimations, we're seeing around 85% of amateur players coming in knuckles up and with the club face open. And this is causing heel shots, flipping, standing up on it, losing lag angles. We're seeing this position a lot. Now, it doesn't have to be this way. We're going to go through a couple of drills. We're also going to show you a style of swing for the masses of people. When they do open the face coming down, it's still square. So depending on your swing style, you can get yourself into a position at the top so that when you're coming down, you're slotting this golf club and making it so much easier. I'm going to show you an easier way here to help you get forward shaft lean, to get better contact, and also to get the path of your swing, the direction of your swing a little bit better. Now, if we have a closed face, and obviously closed and strong grips and strong faces, they're better than weak ones, right? We hit the ball further. But if the club face is closed, if I get some forward shaft lean, the club face is straight. So what we're going to do, right, in conventional terms, we've been looking at getting a 2-knuckle grip for a lot of people and getting, the sole of the club lined up with the lead forearm. Unfortunately, what happens from there is a lot of people will actually slightly open the face a little bit coming down, and when they try and get forward shaft lean, they hit it way right, and subconsciously, really, they don't realise they're doing it. They just sort of flip and come back to impact and really lose their angles. Now, there's ways to go about it, but if you want to get a much easier way, here's an easier way. You get your left hand or your lead hand, 1, 2, 3, you turn your hand in so that you see 3 knuckles, so that your lead wrist is more into extension, which is going to give you some play and movement anyway. But you get to the top of your swing and you still manage to get a flat left wrist from this position. And what it will do is it will get this sole of the club slightly higher than the lead forearm, and this will have to make you hang on to your angles. If you're coming back to impact like this, you're going to hit it left, you need forward shaft lean. This is going to encourage that position. We're going to bring this club down and we're going to be able to get this club level with the hands or slightly behind the hands. This is your entry. Are you filming your swings with your mobile phones? You really, really should be. I mean, who's not doing it? Right, and this is what we're showing at World Class Golf. So guys, before we take you through some great drills, we're going to take you through some awesome positions here that just makes it so much easier to bring this club down into some of the slots, hit those lines that we're after. Now, moving back, club's at 1 o'clock. If I get a clock over the club face there, that's at 1 o'clock. That's already setting up great angles in your wrists. Now, when we keep some connection here, and we've got more drills coming up obviously, but if I can get this connection, obviously the left arm there is under the shoulder plane. All right, my shoulders are pointed about 1 meter over the golf ball. My mouth is free, okay? Obviously you can get it up on that shoulder plane as well, but for a lot of you out there, if you're coming in a little bit steep, you can move it up a little bit or into here. This is what helps us bring this club head into a great position. That elbow's already shaving down or underneath that original shaft plane, keeping this lead wrist flat. So people, have a look at this. It's just so much easier. It's so much more compact. It's more efficient. It promotes forward shaft lean and compression. You don't have to practice as much. The closer you get to this position, the better you're going to hit the golf ball. It's automatic from here, the downswing. It's the future for so many amateur players, and the feedback on WorldClassGolf.com from the deep to shallow swing style, it's just been overwhelming. So have a look at the club face position here from Olazabal. It's higher than the lead arm plane. Have a look how compact this position here is. Unbelievable. How strong does that look? The elbow resting on the original shaft plane just traces back down from there. And one of the things we look at on WorldClassGolf.com is this 40-degree shoulder plane rule. I mean, how many times are we seeing the top players around 40 degrees here, 41, 42 degrees? It's unbelievable. And this is a huge factor in making your downswing move effectively. Now, the lead arm doesn't have to be that low. Look at the pro on the right side of the screen. It can be a bit higher, but the shape and the structure of the club face in relationship to the arm, it's so much easier from here. It's so important to understand your swing, to have someone to work with on your game to help you reach your potential. Do you feel like you've reached your potential?
And if you haven't, it's really important to get your hands on great information. And I spent years not playing to my potential, but I can now say I'm hitting the ball as good as I've ever hit it. And thank God I've, got to that level. It's such a pleasure. World Class Golf Instruction, swing analyst training. Guys, I'm teaching people from all around the world. And it's been really a pleasure to be able to assist so many people. So the platform has 1,300 videos on there, but it's got heaps of other stuff: pitching, lag, compression series, training programs, short game, bunkers, the whole piece. Your online training goes between 15 and 30 minutes. You'll have unlimited WhatsApp contact with me, Zoom calls, Skype calls. What are you waiting for? Let's do this together. Reach out to me, and we'll get you on the path to playing some better golf. Let's get stuck into some drills, some exercises, and get this backswing in a much better position to slot your downswing.
Looking between 39 to 45 degrees of side bend. That's going to mean we're going to be pointing at about a metre or a yard outside the golf ball. So swinging to the top of the swing, I'm going to take our addressed position. Now with deep to shallow, obviously we want to have a low lead arm, but we need to get the shoulders in the correct position. So here we go. We'll take it up. Okay, so inside the 2 average there. Now we're out of it. Down again. Now that feeling, you'll feel it's quite steep. You can actually get a gauge when you look peripherally on this. If you're doing it without the training aid, you can get in there and try it like this, or if you've got the training aid, you can get in there and point it, get a feel for it, and then give it a hit. Right guys, this is a really interesting drill to get the correct wrist and hand alignments and get your body working effectively. Let's have a look at this. What we're going to do is preset the club. Okay, so you try to keep your hands in the same position, presetting it, but keeping the club here pointed at 1 o'clock. Now when you do that, your left wrist is going to be really flat and you've got some angle. Now if you notice, when I get the club to 12, there's no angle in the wrist, no power, slicing, flipping, the whole lot. This is the key, building up this angle, the creases in the wrist. So you preset, I'll show you from the front view, and from here, keep connection and turn. And it's going to get you in a bit of a stronger position at the top here. This is something that's really, really important for you guys. 1 o'clock, preset, up to the top, keep the connection. Lead wrist flat, look at the angle in my right wrist. The deeper you get the shoulders, the more angle. The more you're up, the more you look shut. Okay, the more you're up, the club face is shut. The more you're down, the bigger the angle. And this is how you create really a lot of speed. From this view, it's a great drill, this one. Have a look at this. So keep the hands almost in the circle, pointed at 1 o'clock. You've got your angle, swing back, get that right shoulder behind you, and you've got a feeling where that elbow can come in into such a pure position. So guys, got a couple of drills here to really get your lead arm connected to your chest. Let's have a look at this drill, because this is an absolute belter. What we're going to do is you're going to take your address position, let your arms hang down, and try and make it realistic so that you're the same distance from the ball. Bring your right hand in front of your left. Right, now draw this, I'll probably cover my mic now, but draw the arm back, and what's going to happen is a larger part of the inner side of your top arm is going to be drawn across your chest. It's a little exaggerated, looks a little bit like Ben Hogan's swing there, but what you can do is get a real good feel for that. Now when you do it, try and keep the lead wrist still flat. When you're doing your drills, make them realistic. Making sure you're not over here. They have to be real, take your time. That's a great drill, really, to get this lead arm. One of the really good ones. World Class Golf Instruction has over 700 detailed videos for every golfer. Practice programs and evidence-based material is supplied in helping you to become your own coach and play your best golf. Join us in the chat room and join the community of World Class Golf Instruction. So guys, right, we're going to be looking here at a drill here to get your shoulders on the right plane. Here we go. We're going to set up to this golf ball here. Just simply put, I'll just try not to cover my mic, the top of the club against the top of your shoulders. And when you're pivoting back, just get that club to point 1 meter over the golf ball. Notice where your chin is in relationship to your shoulder. Take the golf club, keep some connection, get up to the top, and keep almost feeling like you've got a width, 1 finger width here, so that you can keep this shoulder down. The mouth is free. We get that shoulder up, we're in trouble. Then we get the right shoulder up, absolute nightmare, nasty stuff. This is a great way to create sensations and becoming more aware of your body and your swing. The other one we can do is just pop your left hand on top of your right. And this is a great way to really create a good stretch as well, keeping your hands pointed like away from you. Get that right hand feeling like it's pointed away, and you might feel through your shoulder a bit of a stretch here. But that's a great drill. You've got your pre-shot, you've got these things, creating sensations, becoming more aware of your body, getting a bulletproof backswing with all the key characteristics and elements to set off a positive chain reaction on the way down, makes the game so much easier. Guys, this is the deep to shallow parts of the deep to shallow series on WorldClassGolf.com. Guys, you got to get onto that platform. We're helping so many people advance pitching. We've got bunkers, we've got the deep to shallow driver series, we've got so many other videos, 1,265 masterclass videos, guys. Get stuck into that platform. If you want me to be a coach, you can jump on there. I'm doing online lessons with people from all around the world, Skype calls, Zoom calls, WhatsApp contact. Get stuck into it, WorldClassGolf.com.